This is Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand for the afternoon of November 3rd, 2022, brought to you by That's Good HR. I'm Wes Mills. Israel-based Doral Renewables joined state officials today to mark the start of construction on the second phase of Mammoth Solar, a $1.5 billion solar farm in northwest Indiana. Mammoth South will be in Pulaski County, while Mammoth North, which is already under construction, is entirely in Stark County. The company broke ground on the first of three phases in October 2021. Doral Renewables Senior Vice President of Development, Kevin Parzik, says lessons learned during the first phase will help with the next round.
We've learned little bits and pieces as to means and methods within the region, how to best source everything from materials to labor. And we're going to be applying that now to the next phase. So as you move along within a community, it keeps getting more and more refined as to how we do the work. And so we feel that this project in Pulaski will go even better.
Parzik says Mammoth North should be operational in late 2023 and the second phase in 2024. Plans are also in the works for a third phase. Governor Eric Holcomb attended the ceremony in Francisville, and this weekend he'll be headed abroad. Holcomb will take part in the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Egypt next week. His office says he'll talk about Indiana's work with renewable energy infrastructure.
We want to make sure that we have canvas of options, different colors, pink, blue, turquoise, green, of energy sources, whether it be nuclear, hydro, wind, solar, coal, gas, oil. It's an all-the-above approach, and having more options, alternatives, makes you stronger.
The governor will appear on this weekend's edition of Inside Indiana Business with Gary Dick to talk about the trip. Indianapolis-based job matching platform PowderKeg is partnering with Elevate Ventures to help Indiana tech companies build momentum and attract talent. The partners say the union will provide companies with new media, education, and software to attract and engage job seekers looking for remote jobs, careers in tech, and jobs in Indiana. According to PowderKeg, remote jobs in the tech industry increased by more than 420% between 2020 and 2022. Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand is brought to you by the following.
With one call to That's Good HR, your hiring challenge is solved. It's that simple. That's Good HR is the secret ingredient to strategic staffing. Have an HR, accounting, administrative, or customer service position to fill? Trust That's Good HR to make a match that's good for everyone, whether temp to hire, or a direct hire placement. For 22 years, That's Good HR has been handpicking employees and employers through a highly personal and authentic approach that delivers long-term results. Visit that'sgoodhr.com. Remember, the match matters.
Get ready, Northeast Indiana. We're headed your way. Join IBJ Media and Inside Indiana Business November 29 at Fort Wayne's Grand Wayne Convention Center for Engage Northeast Indiana. We've assembled the region's top business, community, and philanthropic leaders for a discussion on the issues shaping the future of Northeast Indiana. From attracting top talent to workforce and economic development, we'll explore what's working and big ideas for what's next. RSVP by November 18 at InsideIndianaBusiness.com.
Columbus-based Cummins today reported third quarter net income of $456 million compared to $534 million during the same period a year ago. The company says Q3 profitability decreased even as revenue climbed. Third quarter revenue was $7.3 billion, up from $6 billion during the same period last year. Illinois-based auto parts maker Tenneco Automotive has notified the state it will permanently close its factory in Jeffersonville, leaving more than 120 workers without jobs. The WARN notice says Tenneco is closing the factory because of the loss of business that represents 21% of revenue at the Indiana plant. The facility manufactures ride control and emissions products for vehicles. Tenneco says it expects to complete the layoffs in February. Ball State University has launched a fleet of 24 robots to deliver food, snacks, and drinks from on-campus dining locations. The university is partnering with California-based Starship Technologies to put the cooler-sized delivery units in motion. Karen Atkins is Ball State's Senior Director of Auxiliary Services for Dining and Catering.
My job as Senior Director of Auxiliaries for University Dining is to follow trends. And obviously, delivery robots is very trending. It started during the COVID era for obvious reasons, and That is something that Ball State has always prided themselves in, as being on the cuffs of trending items. And so we started working on getting Starship robots here.
Each autonomous robot has 12 cameras, sensors, and 3D radar to help the unit navigate the streets and sidewalks of the Muncie campus. Ball State is the second university in Indiana to launch the service. In 2019, Purdue University began operating a fleet of 30 Starship robots, and the partnership continues today.
I will say, I've been at Ball State for 36 years, and I've been in university dining that entire time. And never in my day did I think we would see robots delivering food. And even driving around campus and last night driving to see robots on the site, it's a very cool experience.
This report is brought to you by That's Good HR, the secret ingredient to strategic staffing. Visit that'sgoodhr.com for more information. I'm Wes Mills for Inside Indiana Business, Radio on Demand.